Yo, everybody, it's your boy Angelo, aka Jello, aka the Inspiration Hunter. This is going to be a great show, and I thank you once again for taking the time out of your busy schedule to take a listen to the Inspiration Hunter podcast. And this is actually episode 4 of the podcast, but number 3 in our tips or unique traits of a champion mindset. And today we'll be discussing the trait of thinking before speaking, or thinking before you speak. And I can vouch for this, especially in my younger days where I was actually maybe a bit misinformed about how to approach people. And for those of you that have bumped into me or have entertained me by listening to my conversation, know that I'm pretty much going to speak my mind and keep things flowing and try to keep you interested in what's going on. So let's start with that. I'm sure you've heard the old saying, loose lips will sink ships. And we never want to catch ourselves in a position of second-guessing what we say. So the definition of what we're going to talk about today, it means that if you don't think about what you're going to say before you say it, obviously, you could say the wrong thing and hurt someone's feelings and lose friends. And I'm sure some of us have cringed at the thought of something that we have already spit out of our mouths and then have realized that, you know what, I probably should have worded that differently. Or maybe just taken that person aside and actually had a conversation with that person on their own terms and on their own level, right? And masking what is exactly going through the process of the thinking as to why you actually blurted out what you said. So why having the trait of thinking before you speak is important. And it's important for us because we want to focus on that champion mindset, right? So that trait is one that your parents have tried to teach us as children, and how many times did they tell you to think before you speak, right? And when it comes to being a champion in life, you really want to heed this advice and always think about the results of what you're about to say. So I guarantee you that we can all look at social media and reality TV, and many famous people have spoken without thinking. And this has led to incredibly devastating effects, and will often put you in a position to do some reputation damage control. And you've probably seen some folks that have actually had to switch or reinvent themselves because of something like this. So next time you get in a situation, I want you to keep these following tips in mind. This is a very short excerpt, and then I have something special for you, so stay tuned to this real quick. So let's get to the tips, right? I'm going to give you 6 right now. Words have power. We all know that. Your choice of words definitely defines who you are. So think about that. That's actually a pretty good deep one. So every time that you have a conversation with someone, more than likely what they are discussing with you or the way that they're coming at you with what they're saying, if you look a little deeper towards that, if you have a common relationship or you see them on a daily or weekly or phone calls with them, you'll notice that they use the same lingo or linguistics as they're talking to you. Words can help people, and words can definitely ruin people, right, or hurt them. Number 5, your choices of words reflect your intelligence. And number 6, today it is impossible to hide from your words. I mean, with social media, websites, blogs, Instagram, all these things that put you in the now, it's more than likely that something that you said will probably put you in a bad position. Let's put it that way. So it's important to understand that you cannot hide from your words today, especially with everything that's going on. Social media, Facebook, your wall, your tweets. People are going to see all those things. And obviously, most of us know that if you are ready to take those things off, it's going to say that you did. So you can't hide from any of this, right? Ask any celebrity with a sextuple. Once something is on the internet, it is awfully hard to get it off. I mean, you're going to go through all kinds of avenues to even try to attempt that. So let me give you, as I like to do, let's do a example of someone who didn't take advice. And I'm not sure if I've given you this one or not. Maybe you've heard me mention this person, but anyways, try to take an instance or something that's happened in the real world and apply it to the traits that we're using here. So Congressman Todd Akin of Missouri should have thought before he spoke here, right? Mr. Akin was a 6-term member of Congress, and during an interview in 2012, he asked about his views on abortion. So he was asked about his views on abortion. He made several comments, including the one below. Quote, "It seems to me, from what I understand from doctors, that's really rare," Mr. Akin said of pregnancies from rape. "If it's a legitimate rape, the female has ways to try to shut the whole thing down. But let's assume that maybe that didn't work or something. I think there should be some punishment, but the punishment ought to be of the rapist and not attacking the child." Unquote. Now, his comments produced an outrage from politicians, leaders. If you're a female listening to this, I'm sure that you heard Mr. Akin's comments. Women's rights movements were, people in the women's rights movement were all over this guy. In an attempt for him to dispel the outrage, he tried to apologize, spoke wrongly, but unfortunately the damage was already done, right? So nobody came to his defense, and many people called for his resignation when this happened. If you have been guilty of speaking before you think, you may want to keep the following quote in mind. Quote, "People tend to complicate their own lives as if living weren't already complicated enough." This is from Carlos Ruiz Zafón, from The Shadow of the Wind. So if you're interested in checking that out, by all means, go check that out. And now we're at the portion of the podcast where you have a little exercise, right? So these are the exercises. Think before you speak. Mentioned as above, in our childhood, there aren't many exercises you can do in an ebook or a podcast like this. So let's just say split a paper in half, okay? And you take time to write. Try to remember at least 5 or 10 times you might have thought that you spoke without actually thinking before you did it. Now, on one side of the sheet, you're going to write down, when did I talk before thinking? And then on the other side, you're going to write down that negative outcome. So let's use an example. So, all right, when did I talk before thinking? I told my wife her pants made her look fat. All right, this is just an example. The negative outcome to that would be, she got very angry and my life has been a living hell since then. So I'm sure you can relate to that. And yeah, we want to be honest, but think before you speak, right? This is a short little version of an exercise. So feel free to listen back to this. This list might not fix your problem overnight, but by the time you get to the end of it, you're going to be very aware of the negative outcomes of what happens if you do not think before you speak. Here's some tips on how you can think before you speak in real world. Actively think before you say something. And in a heated situation, make sure that you take the time to think before you speak. Now, you can accomplish this by counting down, right? 3, 5, or 10 seconds before you respond. Whatever. Just take a deep breath. What I like to do is, before I respond, is I take a deep breath. And then I observe more than I speak. All right? So that's it for that. Feel free to listen back to this one. This segment is Think Before You Speak. Now, I want to talk about something special I have lined up for you guys. Excuse the clap there. Several years ago, I actually wrote a little ebook, and I'm going to share that with you. But I just remembered something. Let me get back to this. Let me give you an acronym. Before saying something you feel is important, run it through your mind and make sure it's effective, necessary, accurate, timely, and appropriate. I like to call this ENATA. ENATA. Effective for E, N for necessary, accurate for A, timely is your T, and appropriate is your A. Now, gauge people's reactions to your words. Don't talk blindly and make not of how people are racing to your words. Be thoughtful of tone. Sometimes how you say something is more important than what you're saying. All right? So, sorry I did a little backtracking there, but I hope that helped you out. So, as I was saying, let's get forward here and I'm going to introduce you to this gentleman that I had read my book. So I have this little ebook that I wrote. It was called The Shortest Inspirational Book Ever, and the title was called Who Said You Can't? I Did. And it's from the Inspiration Hunter website that I had about 6 or 7 years ago. I hope you enjoy it. The topic of this special little excerpt, and feel free to go on to lifestylefitforchampions.com and you can download it or listen to it there, and also check out the other posts there. And also, don't forget to like, share, or comment, and subscribe on iTunes or SoundCloud for the Inspiration Hunter podcast. Once again, this is Angelo Hunter, your boy Jello, aka the Inspiration Hunter, and this is a excerpt from the Inspiration Hunter's shortest inspirational book ever. Who Said You Can't? I Didn't. Live Your Passion. Narrated by Ken Maxon. Enjoy.
Chapter 7, Living Your Passion. You can measure success any way that you want to. Success is not measured by money because anyone can make a lot of money. The goal is to make a lot of money by living out your passion. When you work towards something you are extremely passionate about, you usually will be fortunate enough to make some money. The important thing is that you can look back on your life and know you did everything you wanted to do and have no regrets. Be whole. Your passion needs to make you whole. You need to focus on not just one thing, but every aspect of your passion. Enjoy the experience in its entirety. Enjoy the process of ordering the parts and having them delayed for 2 weeks. This could mean a wonderful vacation for you while you are waiting rather than a sign you weren't supposed to get started on your passion. Don't look at negative things happening as a sign to stop. Be whole with everything you do. Don't try to pretend or impress someone with someone you are not. Be passionate. When you are passionate about something, you don't have to display this passion so other people can see you. Your passion comes from inside, and if you truly love what you are doing, then this will come naturally for you. You will take pride in your work. If you design clay pots, then you won't send a cracked pot out to a customer because you will be passionate about the quality. This is because you will own it and your name will be on it. You will be proud of everything you do. Leadership. Leadership is another important factor that you need to consider because you want to show people how living your dream can be done. You don't want to follow in the footsteps of anyone. You want to be passionate about leading change in your life. You are making a significant change to live your life the way you want to. Create your vision and lead the way by achieving your goals that you have set out. Continuous improvement. As you live your passion, you will not be putting out the best every single time. You need to find ways to continuously improve processes that are slowing you down, causing poor quality, or frustrating you. When you continue to improve the process, you will do better as time goes by and begin to see how well you can do. Productivity improves after time once you find ways to make things better. When you first start off with your passion, everything may seem in disarray and a mess. You can fix this, but it will take time and attempts. You may try something many times before you hone a quality and productive method. Action. You are in constant action when you are living your passion. Because you know it has been so easy then to procrastinate to work toward your passion, you do not want to fall into the same problem. It is important to take action with yourself, including people who can help you and more. Taking action helps you avoid procrastination. You want to work toward a big goal, which is your dream, and nothing is going to get in your way or slow you down. Put a sign up that says action to remind yourself you are working toward your passion by constant action. You want to have people who are action-oriented on your team. Don't settle for those who are not. If you have a really supportive aunt who likes to sit around and talk but not work hard, then you cannot have her help you with your passion. She may be the person who can help you create hype for your endeavor or business, but not to take action. Find a place for her so she can help you because you need the support. Always reward action. Never let action and goal setting go without rewards. You want to reward everyone helping you and yourself. This doesn't mean you need to spend money you don't have. You can reward people by letting them know you appreciate what they are doing for you. Acknowledgement of hard work is sometimes enough when people know you really appreciate their contribution. Model your heroes. Choose at least top 5 heroes whom you admire and you want to emulate for being successful. Know everything you can about your models and learn about how they overcame obstacles and became successful. See how you can put these into your own situation. Now that you know how to find your passion and live your passion, you need to make your passion really happen. Here are things you can do to make it happen. Believe. The most important thing to succeed is to believe that you will be successful. You really can be successful, but if you do not believe it, then you shouldn't get started until you do. Your abilities are in your mind and you have total control over your success. It is not about impressing people. You can believe, and you don't have to tell anyone. Believe. Relax and believe you will be very successful, and one day you will be so excited to see your dreams come true. Believe and feel empowered as you strive to be successful. Have a good attitude. Your attitude could make or break you. You need to maintain a complete positive attitude at all times. Don't let the little things get you down or upset you. You are living your passion, and every obstacle now is a learning experience. Having a good attitude will help you become more successful with your business and your passion. When you have a positive attitude and outlook, things will begin to work in your favor more often than they ever have before. It is really about the way you look at things and not how bad they are. You make things and a situation bad. Your attitude is what will make it positive. Hone your idea. If you are in a situation where you cannot make your passion a reality today, then you will need to hone your skills and redefine your intentions. You can take your idea and make it better by chiseling away at the details. Lay out the plan for your project or business endeavor and consider every detail. When you are in a waiting period, there are still plenty of things to do. Don't look at a waiting period as a sign you shouldn't get started or as another way to procrastinate. Build momentum. The best way to build momentum is to act on the ideas you have. Act right away and don't sit around waiting for something to happen or come to you. The same goes for a problem you need to fix. You need to act on it. The more responsive you are, then you begin to build a momentum that is hard to break. Your laziness will be gone and you will be more productive. Make the best of your resources. When you are making it happen, then you need to make the best of your resources. You might not have a lot of money, and you need to find ways to take care of things like daycare and errands. You can find friends and other supportive individuals to help you. If you are short on supplies, you might have to talk to friends and people to see where you can get a hold of more supplies. The creativity you have learned in the earlier chapters of this book will play into motion at this time. You may not have money or resources you need. You need to be creative about things you can do. If you are a writer without a computer, then you can go to the public library and use one for free. Find resources that you can use to make your passion successful. Sacrifice and hard work. In most cases, when someone works hard toward a passion, he is prepared to work hard and willing to sacrifice just about anything. When you first start off with your new job, you might find that you are very poor to begin with. Don't expect to be a success overnight. Things will take time, but the important thing is that you will be doing what you enjoy. You will be required to work long hours and sacrifice family time and many other things. Sacrifice is the most important thing you can do if you want to be successful. There is no substitute for hard work if you want to reach your goals. Only you can reach the goals you set for yourself, and you have to work very hard to get to where you want to be. Embrace long hours, sweat, and tears because they will be rewarding in the end. Organize your life. Organize your life around your passion. You have started a new job or passion that you want to be successful in. Start living the successful day that you have always dreamed of. For example, wake up early in the morning, brew coffee, read the paper, talk on your blog, and more. Organize your life so all your time is useful and productive. Plan your time with plenty of exercise and healthy decisions. Be sure you get enough sleep also. You will have to put in a lot of hours to be successful at first, but you cannot lose sleep or you will have problems enjoying your passion. Working toward a passion means you get to sleep too. Proper organization and time utilization will allow you to be more successful and more productive. Visualize and meditate. Visualizing is very important if you want to work toward your passion. Meditation and visualization help you see where you are going with your passion. You have an idea manifesting, and you need to visualize it. Meditation allows your ideas to manifest inside you so you can make them happen. When you live out your true passion in life, you will also need to accomplish a few more things. You must give your life to something, be free from pain, not focus on results, and not worry about survival issues. When you give your life to something, you immediately dedicate yourself to the passion. This means you will need to give as much time and energy possible to your passion. The rest will follow naturally as you are dedicated and entirely given to your passion. The pain and pleasure principle does not count when it comes to working toward a passion. Your passion may give you pleasure, and it makes you happy, and you also love to do it. However, reaching your goals may be painful and frustrating. You may cry at times and want to throw in the towel. Success is never easy, but you would rather work toward a passion than work on a job you hate every single day. This passion is yours and you own it. Feel the pain and make it satisfying in every way. The pain will satisfy your soul, which is much better in the long run because you will not have any regrets later on. Never concentrate on results. The universe is going to take care of the results. Things might be slow at first, and if all you are looking at are the results, then you may never get there. Focus on what you need to do and you will find the way to freedom. According to Tao, the path or way. Never worry about survival when you are working toward a passion. This is the most important key to be successful with a passion. When you worry or have fear, you will create problems for yourself. You need to have courage in your heart and your mind that you will be fine, and you really will. You have the power to control everything and to be positive. A passion is something that you want to do and you are meant to do with your life. Everyone has a passion, and a person can live a full life when he knows exactly what his passion is and what he needs to do. Success is not measured by money. Even the richest people are sometimes very unhappy with their lives. In order to be happy, you need to follow your passions, and the riches and successes will follow along later. There are many ways to look for and find your passion. You can learn what your passion is by asking yourself many questions. You might have the answer right in your own house. If you have a true passion and you have obstacles stopping you from achieving living the dream, then you must get past them, and you can. Anyone can be successful with a passion. You can turn it into your own personal business easily if you want to. The key to a successful realization of your passion work is to believe that it will work for you. The harder you work, the more successful you will be. If you have a waiting time and cannot get started right away, you can do initial planning for your goals. Remember to set goals with stepping stones to get to them. You will be able to see the progress you are making toward your goal and know how much longer it will take you to get there. Award your achievements as you meet your milestones and get closer to your goals. You are a person who has a passion worth realizing. You have the same capabilities as anyone else. You deserve to be happy, and you deserve to live out your passions.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that. That guy Ken Maxon is from, I want to say VoiceWorks. He did me a favor and a fantastic job on that. So I thank you, Ken Maxon, and I hope to bump into you somewhere down the line. Hopefully we do another project. But anyways, I hope that resonated with you, and that was something special because I owed you guys, if you've been paying attention. We have gone over a couple days. But with that being said, this week is a double whammy because you're going to get an extra little podcast, and we'll be having a special guest. His name is Gary Swarney, entrepreneur. He's also involved with the Mindset Performance Institute on the advisory board, mentor to the MPI Academy, and also to the MPI Center owners. Mindset Performance Institute has grown worldwide in just a year. Several hundred people and various students have gone on to do some very, very great things, and we'll get on that topic. But all things mindset coming up with Gary Swarney from Elevate Fitness. So I hope that this has been some valuable information. I hope this is stuff that you feel like you can use. And once again, remember, let's live, love, laugh together, and grow together. And let's grow and be inspired from within. All right, you guys, once again, Angelo Hunter, a.k.a. your boy Jello, the Inspiration Hunter. Looking forward to seeing you once again. Go out there